just still trying to take it in, and we'll go back and look at that game. And it was, we talked about it. Actually, my athletic coordinator told me before the game, he said, hey, you just got to weather the storm. And there certainly was. We had 2 kids with 3 fouls in the first half. Didn't get anything going offensively. We were turning the ball over quite a bit, completely out of rhythm, and really we're just fortunate to be in that game. And then we made a couple of little adjustments, mostly defensively, coming in really just to stay out of foul trouble. We were just trying to chip away at the lead in the third quarter. And for it to roll out like that, we always talk about good to great teams and great to championship teams, they extend the lead late. And so not to be playing a 1-point, 2-point, 3-point game late was a real testament to these kids up here, and really the special playmaking of all of them, and particularly JC in the second half that allowed us to do that, because Timberview is really, really good. And all the state championships that we played, which is 6, that's the best opponent I think we've been against. And so to come out on top against them is pretty special.
Questions?
Coach, you had about 13 turnovers in the first half.
Is that just it?
I think. What did you tell your team?
Realized, I dug super deep into my coaching box and I said, quit turning it over. It didn't really work. No, we just said, hey, look, be patient. We know where they're coming from. It's all about alignment initially, and then it's about strength with the basketball. You even saw with JC late, she got tired, trying to get the ball out of her hands a little too early, and you just have to be strong, step through the traps, and when you do that, you're playing 2-on-1, 3-on-2 in the back end of things, and you're able to finish some easy opportunities. And, so you're strong initially, and it allows you a nice, smooth finish.
Coach, what do you feel you did so well defensively in the fourth quarter? You held them to 4 points and 1 of 20 shooting from the field.
In the fourth?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just some of that, probably some of that is just the moment. You've been leading the whole game. We've done it before. Been leading the whole game. I remember us doing it to Amarillo in 2019, and they took away an 8-point lead right at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And unfortunately, it's hard to steady that and make it a little erratic. So I don't want to take anything away from our kids, but some of it was probably just kind of the pressure of the moment. And then really our kids just being in gaps and being super long and doing everything they could not to foul, and forcing some of those decision makings, because once you see that lead kind of start to grow, then you start thinking, I got to get it all back right now, and so it probably affects shot selection a little bit. But certainly our kids were flying around.
JC, you started off a little good, and you got in foul trouble. What were you thinking when you hit that third foul?
I mean, I knew that I was going to have to get a little break. I mean, I knew that, I didn't want it to affect my team, and I didn't want my team to start following that same rhythm, so I kind of just knew that I was going to have to head off the court and then come back and completely run energy. But I think that at first I was really stressed out about it, but I just had to focus on the game and focus on defense and just getting my teammates good looks.
Did halftime kind of help you regroup and get going in the second half?
A little bit. I mean, a little bit. It gave me a little bit more stress just seeing that it was already halftime and we were still down. And then a little bit, I just had a second to breathe and just think to myself, just be like, okay, just go out and hoop. I mean, if you leave it all on the court, then you really should not walk out with an L.
JC, 2 years, 2 titles. What was special about this game and this season as a whole?
I mean, this game honestly meant so much to me, especially just playing my last game with Key. I mean, she means so much to me. Azaya means so much to me. Judy has shown me so much to me, so much to me. And I think just playing with everybody I'm playing with, and then Coach Reedy, the amazing head coach of our team, I think it just factors into how much this game really meant to me. And I just wanted to not only get the ring for my team, but get it for me, and then get it to show that God deserves all the glory at the end of the day.
Coach, just talk about JC's second half. She had 18 points. Kind of took over there in the second half.
Yeah, again, kind of, I think she was going to get going early. She had some good hits early in the first half, but it just, obviously the foul trouble affected her. And once things started opening up for her, it's funny because she's been taking these deep threes all year, and I've been going, oh my gosh, terrible shot, bad shot, and and she always loves that. And then today she took one, and it was like, keep doing it, because it's gonna go. And obviously you need big time players in big time situations to take over in big time moments, and certainly she did that. And so you started seeing that, and of course, with Jason, what's special is she has, it's another double-double. She had 12 rebounds. Sure, she turned it over a little bit, but she had to, handle the ball 90 feet the whole time. And so to see her poise, her competitive spirit, and really just, even sometimes, technical finishing. She had a couple of little fadeaways and finishes around the rim. And so, no, it was absolutely special. You can sit there and say what you want about, coaches or whatever, but really, you have to have really special players in these situations, and certainly each one of these kids is, and obviously JCLE is.
Coach, you had two that won last year.
Right.
Now you had a third one that had 18 points as a night. I think she had 18.
She had 16, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, is this my opportunity to talk about Isaiah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Isaiah is super special. We knew that this would be a person that, if she got her feet wet and started to really fill out what we were doing with Dilla, she's an incredible volleyball player. She's a Division I type volleyball player, and so she didn't get to us until November. And when she got to us, I was like, is this really her as a basketball player? This is bad. And then over the course of time, she kind of came around, and you saw her confidence grow. And really, probably the game that really separated her was first at Hebron, and we played without JC. We had them down 34-29 going into the fourth, and then of course at DeSoto, shot pretty poorly most of the game, and then had huge shots at the end of the game to really bring us back. And that win put us in a different direction. And her length, her defensive abilities, the things that you can do with her on both sides of the court, and then on top of that, one of the most respectful kids that I've come to know. And so, really pleasure to get to know her and obviously have her on our team. She's done a great job.
Coach, y'all had a 4-game skid in November, not turning around to win the state championship. What happened? What y'all say in that moment?
I mean, I wasn't saying anything correct throughout November. And so really what it was is we were kind of, we had some opportunities, but we weren't really clicking. And then once we went to 7 and 6, it was, okay, well, here's what we are gonna do. We're gonna trim a little fat. We're gonna play a little bit more direct, put people in situations that are compromising for the defense a little earlier. And even then, there was some growing pains where we weren't playing particularly well, but we were figuring something out. And then, like I said, end of November, beginning of December, and obviously the San Meadows tournament, with the exception of one game, we started feeling our rhythm a little bit. And so it wasn't so much of saying something, it was just looking at us and recognizing us for what we were and not what we wanted to be, and starting there.
Ms. Roseby, so back to back, how's that feel senior year?
Really all I can say is like what a ride to end my senior year with a W, with a state championship. It's just a really good feeling, and I'm glad to do it with my teammates.
Coach, Coach, how important has playoff Judy been in these 2 championships that you had?
I mean, no, I'm dead serious. It started her sophomore year. It's not just a new thing. Sophomore year, she played really, really well in the playoffs. We got beat in the regional final, but she played really well. Last year had some really good minutes. No, she's been pivotal. In fact, we wish we could have everybody up here, but what sets teams apart is obviously you got to have a couple of kids that can really, really go, and we've got a couple. And then obviously your role players doing role things. I mean, Judy gets 8 rebounds, only 4 points, but she contests a number of shots, and those types of things, the things that she does selflessly, defensively, in the locker room, it's been absolutely pivotal. And for her to probably play her last 4 games as being 4 of her best games ever at Liberty High School, and that's the regional tournament, the state tournament, it's just a testament to her character, her unselfishness, and her willing to do little things. We're probably not as nasty as we used to be, but if we got a nasty kid, it's Judy.
All right, JC, you've become somewhat of a role model. Like obviously we saw some little girls that are coming out to you, taking a picture with you, you've got W offers, and yet you're still so young. What's that feeling like? And you still have so much, you have such a great future ahead of you. What does that responsibility entail for you?
It just kind of means that someone's always watching, and I just always have to put on my best show, the best reputation I can. And then I think I'm just learning as I go, to be honest. I mean, I'm trying to be a person that I would look up to as well, just because I'm so young and I know that I have so much time left, hopefully. But I think that the thing is, I just want to, if I could look up to myself, then I think other people around me would look up to